Removed, on board. Doors. Secured. GPU. Connected. Power source selector. GPU. VHF1 radio breaker. On. Fuel gauge breaker. On. Test lamps breaker. On. Co-72 transponder breaker. On. 36V emergency breaker. On. Defrost radio breaker. On. Defrost window breaker. On. 115V emergency breaker. On. AI9 ignition breaker. On. Hydraulic system breaker. On. Ladder breaker. On. Emergency. Pump breaker. On. Fixator power switch. On. Fixator switch. Off. Full left. Check. Full right. Check. Full up. Check. Full down. Check. Rudder left. Check. Rudder right. Check. Flight controls. Checked. Fixator power switch. Off. PT1000 inverter. On. PT500 inverter. On. Defrost window inverter. On. Defrost radio inverter. On. Navigation light. On. Cabin lighting left, right. On. Cabin lighting auxiliary. On. Emergency exit lighting. On. Power to ladder. On. Ladder extend switch cap. Opened. Ladder extend switch. On. Ladder. Extended. Plane. Load. Transponder. Co-72M. Transponder mode. Standby. Engine thrust stop plank. In place. Defrost control cap. Open. Defrost control switch. Off. Fuel boost pump left. On. Fuel boost pump right. On. Fuel X feed. On. Fuel X feed test button. Press. Fuel X feed lamp. Green. Hydraulic pressure gauges. On. Throttles. Idle. GNS 430. On/set. KLN 90B. On/set. Plane. Loaded. Ladder. Retracted. Ladder extend switch cap. Secured. Power to ladder. Off. No smoking, fasten seat belt signs. On. Beacon light. On. Lamps test button. Press. Panel warnings. All lamps are on. AI9 fire warning. On. AI9 fire valve switch. On. AI9 fire valve. On. Start on ground cover. Opened. AI9 starter. Start. AI9 starter mode. Start. AI9 starter button. Press and hold. AI9. Ignition. Oil pressure. Nominal. AI9. Started. Starter air pressure. Stabilized. AI9. Ready. Fire warning 1 breaker. On. Fire warning 2 breaker. On. Fire warning 3 breaker. On. Fire valves left breaker. On. Fire valves center breaker. On. Fire valves right breaker. On. Fire extinguisher system 1 breaker. On. Fire extinguisher system 2 breaker. On. Fire extinguisher system 3 breaker. On. Start warning lamps breaker. On. AI25 engine ignition left breaker. On. AI25 engine ignition center breaker. On. AI25 engine ignition right breaker. On. Fire extinguisher valve 1 breaker. On. Fire extinguisher valve 2 breaker. On. Fire extinguisher valve 3 breaker. On. Lamps test button. Press. Panel warnings. All lamps are on. AI25 fire valve switch left. On. AI25 fire valve cap left. Closed. AI25 fire valve left. On. AI25 fire valve switch center. On. AI25 fire valve cap center. Closed. AI25 fire valve center. On. AI25 fire valve switch right. On. AI25 fire valve cap right. Closed. AI25 fire valve right. On. Captain's window. Opened. AI25 starter. Start. AI25 starter mode. Start. AI25 starter target. Left. AI25 start button. Press and hold. Engine air starter. Open. Left engine oil pressure. Increasing. Left engine RMP. Increasing. Left engine ignition. Check. Left engine EGT. Increasing. Engine air starter. Closed. Left engine. Started. Left engine RPM. Stabilized. Left engine EGT. Normal. Left engine oil pressure. Normal. Generator left. On. AI25 starter target. Right. AI25 starter button. Press and hold. Engine air starter. Open. Right engine oil pressure. Increasing. Right engine RMP. Increasing. Right engine ignition. Check. Right engine EGT. Increasing. Engine air starter. Closed. Right engine. Started. Right engine RPM. Stabilized. Right engine EGT. Normal. Right engine oil pressure. Normal. Generator right. On. AI-25 starter target. Center. AI-25 starter button. Press and hold. Engine air starter. Open. Center engine oil pressure. Increasing. Center engine RMP. Increasing. Center engine ignition. Check. Center engine EGT. Increasing. Engine air starter. Closed. Center engine. Started. Center engine RPM. Stabilized. Center engine EGT. Normal. Centered engine oil pressure. Normal. Generator center. On. AI-9 fire valve switch. On. AI-9 fire valve. Off. AI-9 starter. Off. AI-9 starter mode. Reset. AI-25 starter. Off. AI-25 starter mode. Reset. AI-25 starter target. Reset. Start on ground cover. Closed. Captain's window. Closed. First officer's window. Closed. Power source selector. Battery. Battery. Charging. GPU. Disconnected. Join valve cap. Open. Join valve. On. Join valve cap. Closed. Circle valve cap. Open. Circle valve. On. Circle valve cap. Closed. All remaining breakers. Enabled. AI-9 ignition breaker. Off. Radio altimeter. On. AGD auxiliary. On. NAV1 receiver. On. NAV2 receiver. On. DME receiver. ADF1 receiver mode. Comp. ADF2 receiver mode. Comp. ILS/SP50 mode selector. SP50. ILS/SP50 mode selector. ILS. Route/landing mode selector. Route. Gyroscope hemisphere. North. Active gyro. Main. Gyroscope latitude. Set. Gyroscope mode. GPK. Autopilot power. On. Autopilot pitch mode. On. Autopilot. Ready. Main artificial horizon. Aligned. Auxiliary artificial horizon. Aligned. Copilot's artificial horizon. Aligned. Left fuel gauge's inner scales value. Checked. Right fuel gauge's inner scales value. Checked. Captain's meters altimeter. QFE. Captain's feet altimeter. QFE/QNH. Radio altimeter. (100 meters AGL). Copilot's meters altimeter. QFE. Copilot's feet altimeter. QFE/QNH. Emergency hydraulic pump switch cap. Open. Emergency hydraulic pump switch. Manual. Emergency hydraulic pressure. Normal. Emergency hydraulic pump switch. Auto. Emergency hydraulic pump switch cap. Closed. Cabin pressure warning signal. On. In cabin temperature. Auto. In air vent temperature. Auto. Cabin pressure mode. 1. In cabin rheostat. 20 degrees. In air vent rheostat. 20 degrees. Stabilizer trim. Set. Ailerons trim. 0. Rudder trim. 0. Flaps switch cap. Opened. Flaps 20 degrees. Set. She heading. Runway. NAV1 frequency. Wien anti-blocking system. On. Lights housings. Extended. Left light. Taxi. Right light. Taxi. Parking brakes. Released. Pedal brakes. Tested. Windshield anti-ice switch. Low. Defrost control switch. Work. Defrost control cap. Secured. Photo heat left. On. Photo heat right. On. Ice warning. On. Defrost control mode. Auto. Transponder mode. Charlie. Timer. Start. WX radar. On. AOA heat. On. Throttles. Idle. Nose landing gear booster switch cap.
Approaching 1-1. On runway 11.